Welcome to Let's Talk Fashion, powered by Bangalore Fashion Week. I'm here with designer Michelle Salins, who's just showcased her collection Mimi at the 22nd edition of Bangalore Fashion Week. How are you feeling?
Um, I'm happy, but I'm definitely exhausted.
I can imagine it's a little stressful
Yeah.
for you also.
Yeah, stressful not because it's just fashion week or whatever, that kind of gets you all rushing and your adrenaline rushing and everything. But stressful because we also launched our website today.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Yes, and this is the first time I'm going in mass market. For someone who's always been into luxury and made to measure, I have suddenly gone into this 10,000 product range and kind of thing. Yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you so much. I need all the love, I need all the support.
Yes.
So, yes. So that's been exhausting, but I will never say no to Bangalore Fashion Week because the team is great, the team is wonderful. I think they've just gone like from step to step, and every time they're trying to do different things, and the kind of encouragement they always give you. A city like Bangalore, which is so cosmopolitan, really
Yes.
I believe needs someone like them, and I think they're doing a great job. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So, Mimi, what was the inspiration behind this collection?
Um, well, very simple because my nieces and nephew all call me Mimi. Okay, so that's where I decided to actually call this Mimi because I think I've put in a lot of passion, love, time that's gone into it, and that's really how I feel with my family. And this really is just an add-on to my family.
Okay.
And we'll be coming out with a lot more things with Mimi.
That's great.
So you'll soon see footwear.
Ooh.
And yes, so you'll see a lot of runners and things like that, but footwear embellished with stones, embellished with sequins, so some fun stuff.
That's
They're coming out,
awesome.
so that's going to be, so we hope to see you in it too soon. Yeah.
Definitely. So you mentioned that you used to do high fashion and couture.
That's
So
correct.
can you just tell me your journey as a designer, how you have evolved in your own creative space?
Well, as a designer, I really think I have evolved, and I'm sorry to say this myself, but here's the thing, I do have a professional background with interior design, and
Okay.
I have studied interior design and things like that. Fashion came to me just out of passion.
Oh, nice.
So whilst I was in the US and working on interior projects, one project was a bridal studio.
Ooh.
And because of my passion to create wedding gowns, I began going to train with her on weekends and
That's
things like
nice.
that. And the rest, now it's 10 years in this industry. I think we pretty much made a name for myself. I've sold in top stores in the US and UK. I've done a couple of stores here in India, but I think again, just my interaction with people, so the made-to-measure kind of model really worked for me. We had a fabulous 3,000 square feet showroom in Bangalore on
Wow.
Residency Road.
Very nice.
So, yeah, life has been good. It's been a lot of evolving as a designer. I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot in terms of fabrics.
The biggest
So-
risk you've taken fabric-wise, I'm very curious.
See, the thing with me is I love taking risks. So we've even taken, gone to a hospital and taken all like stuff like bandages and stuff like that, and actually
ooh.
created a corset out of that.
That's so
and then
cool.
and then we've kind of siliconed the whole thing from the inside, created an actual bustier.
Ooh.
Lit it with LEDs. We did some fun stuff in New York. I did it all here, but then I carried it to New York.
Very nice. And how is that
So-
received there?
That was very well received. In fact, we dressed up something similar like that. We dressed up Katy Perry with because they liked the lighting thing. So we gave her like a carousel kind of a skirt
Okay.
for one of her tours, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, she did in. It was a European tour. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
That must have been really fun. No?
Yeah, so that was fun. And for someone who was not earlier in the fashion industry, if I may say so, we've dressed up quite a few people from Hollywood and things like that. Of course, very close to us, Bollywood and
Yeah.
the Canada. And
You must
stuff
be very
like that.
proud of all of your
Yeah, but I'm
achievements
not
so far.
someone who's all the time looking for that. I think I'm very happy in my own little space. I think everyone has their own space.
Yeah.
And as long as I know that the wearer is happy wearing my outfit and feels very special that day, there's nothing more that I want.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a very simple person otherwise. Okay, I dress very simple, and
I
I'm
think you look
basic-
great today.
Oh, well, thank you. But I'm otherwise a very simple person. But my passion is absolutely to dress up people.
That's great.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'd like to know, what are your thoughts on one of the tangents that the industry is taking towards sustainable fashion?
Sustainable fashion, see, I will not say a complete no on sustainable fashion. I think it's really coming of age, and in fact, we are going now organic. We have an entire organic range of yoga wear coming out.
Oh, nice.
Which we are initially taking it to Europe, but obviously we are going to bring it next into the Indian market. See, sustainable fashion is only is something I believe that people want, because people want to be aware of what is happening, and you know, and all this thing now with coronavirus and all this thing going on. So everyone wants to know how we ourselves can make a difference. I do believe. I mean, at the same time, you go out and you buy your fancy leather bags. So this is a small compartment, but I'm very open and honest about it. So it is a small compartment, but I think we as designers, if we kind of be a part of it, we help it. If everyone has that little in their own collections,
yes,
it's going to grow, it's going to be aware. So
definitely.
It's going to create
awareness. And I love
rather.
how you've already started sort of thinking about it now that you've mentioned that your next collection will have some sort of organic fabrics.
We have an entire line of organic.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
And what I've done is I'm bringing it out in colors. So I'm not just doing the blacks and grays and muted shades. I'm actually bringing it out in colors. Good, yeah. On that point, I must tell you what we've done with even this collection that you just saw. Is I've used a lot of technology, so I know how much of it was really, you know, you were able to see on stage, but we've used a lot of technology in terms of things like when you say breathability. Okay, so we've actually created designs along, like say whether it's the thigh part or whether it's the calf part, those are parts where you actually sweat. So we've gone into a lot of research.
Oh, wow.
And we've done that, so those are kind of laser cut. And while that's laser cut, we've also brought in inserts of compression. So that compression kind of, you know, sculpts you, kind of gives you a lift to your booty, or whether it's on a bra top. So it kind of sculpts, lifts you, and it gives you the confidence then to do the rest of the stuff that you're doing. Then you don't have to bother about anything else. You know?
I
you
can
feel
just
good
see,
about it.
I can just see whoever's wearing it is just going to feel so special about the way their body feels and not just looks. You know, I think it is great that you sort of put in that much of detailed effort into designing
I mean, I think we researched about close to 2 years.
Oof.
Yes, I did a lot of research because again we wanted to come out with different. We also have a fabric called Airism, which actually was showcased there, but obviously on ramp it's different. You know, it's more fun. It's all the jazz is happening. So we also have a fabric called Airism, which is all about breathability. And now we are doing that same fabric with your organic. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I'd love to see how that turns out.
Yes,
so as somebody that's been in the industry as long as you have, would you have anything to share in terms of people who are looking to make a change like you did from interiors to fashion, or people who are just, you know, hesitant to take that leap of faith to become a designer and follow their passion?
I think there's only one thing I always say, you know, even when I had my entire large studio and everything, and I had a whole lot of interns coming in, my first question to them was, is this an add-on to your resume? Or is it coming from passion?
Oh.
Because if it's not from your heart, don't do it. Because it's really not about all the glamour that you see outside.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of hard work.
It's just one part of it, exactly.
It is really just one part of it. And that's really the smaller part of it. Because if you don't do all the back-end work, you're not going to be able to get out there and actually do that stuff.
There's a lot of dedication, like genuine dedication required.
I mean, just to get this website out for us, because now, like I said, I'm dealing with some 10,000 odd products on our first reveal. I mean, we've been working the past week, and this means we've been working anyway the past 3 months. But in the past week, I don't think we've slept like more than 3 hours a night. I'm not kidding. Last night I slept at 4:30, woke up at 5:45, and here I am. But I'm going to sleep like a baby tonight. How much coffee have you had? I don't drink coffee. I'm a tea baby.
What is your substitute for caffeine then? Please tell me.
My collection and just getting my stuff out there.
Can't wait to get my hands on it. On that note, thank you so much for joining me.
It was my
this
pleasure,
evening.
absolutely.
This is Deeksha signing off. I'll see you next time, and let's talk fashion.